Oftentimes, once this happens, former residents can no longer afford to live there. The issue that arises in the revitalization of Savannah is that some see it as renewing and restoring an area, while others see it as a way to divide neighborhoods and displace families that grew up and raised their children in those homes. Homes that they'll no longer be able to afford after developers come in. This discussion has been on the table for over 40 years.
My grandma's house, 235th Street. It used to be a school. It was built back in 1926. It was a 4-classroom school, and it was all white. And it was used as a family and boarding house. I want to see if it could be deemed historical, so maybe we can get it restored back into a school some kind of way for cultural child development. Owners buying up houses out there, and then they went and made a monopoly and bought up all the stores that was in the neighborhood, but they got them boarded up and just ready to, whenever the real gentrification hits, and fix it up the way that the neighborhood is going to look. Sometimes it might be for taxes, and then, you know, sometimes you have a chance to get your house back, but then they do it again. I done seen that happen too. Most of those guys who getting them houses out there is getting it little or nothing. You go on a courthouse step and you bid on it. They're not high. Metropolitan Planning Committee that has a blueprint of how the city is going to look in certain areas by a certain time period. And with them widening up Bay Street, you got the porch, you got downtown President Street, and seeing the old, the new condo apartments that they built. What was there? It was some old raggedy apartments, and then now it's these old fancy. Hey, I wonder how much that rent is. I know it got to be 25 or better.
If you're dealing with air property, you might want to go by the Chatham County Courthouse Tax Assessor's Office to find the original owners and deeds on those properties, as well as search the records in the genealogy room at the Bull Street Library. You could look at succession of property through birth and death records. The process by which some have been able to keep their property in the family or from redevelopment has been estate planning, or registering property as an easement with the Georgia Historical Society, the latter making it eligible for federal, local, and state tax breaks. The average low-income family may not be, or in most cases, is simply not made privy to this information.
You have those people who lose houses because they purchased the house, they were able to make the payments. They died without a will, to die intestate. The family was not prepared. They didn't have any money put away. They didn't have any life insurance. Life insurance is important. You want insurance so that your family can maintain the same standard of living once you're gone that they were maintaining while you were there. But you also have to look at the condition of the property. Is the property updated? Does the property need to have a handyman come in and do things? If it does, can you, whoever you are, afford to get whatever repairs need to be done? The city is a government entity. They have some power. They can make you sell because of governmental powers. They can make you sell it if they condemn it. Okay, to them. When you start doing whatever it is you're going to do with this property, sit down and talk with the realtor. When you go meet with that realtor, be able to tell them what your intent is and have a list of questions. You can have two people come in and they're coming in to talk about someone who's deceased, and one family is black and one family is white, and the white family will always say they had a will. The black family more often than not, well, not only did we not have a will, we didn't expect them to die. We didn't know. And I'll use my granny as an example, who just died 2 weeks ago. Everything for granny was in place, but everything for granny was put in place 10 years ago when she realized, okay, I'm getting much older. Don't know if I'm going to have my mind. So what we did was we got together and we put things in order because it was important to us that mommy didn't have to stress. It's great to be able to leave something if you can, but teach them how to live. Teach them the decision-making process. Teach them how money works so that they can go get their own.
The process of gentrification has been ongoing in Savannah, Georgia since the 1950s. One contributing factor to the issue is the lack of planning for the future on the part of families. The aim of this documentary is to shed light on how we can prevent its continuation through estate planning.